if you remember, we talked about this relative pronouns, which are called as pronoun in French. They basically act as a bridge between two parts of a complex sentence. So relative pronouns link two sentences, making one dependent on another. How you can visualize is main clause, then relative pronoun, and then dependent clause. So there are two parts of a sentence, and it's very similar in English. Je sais que tu es menteur. I know that you are a liar. Okay. So here this is basically relative pronoun, and this is main clause. Main clause is I know. What do I know? You are a liar. That's one example, and there could be more examples. J'écoute la personne qui parle. I'm listening to the person who is speaking. So this is relative pronoun, first part, second part, right? Main clause, dependent clause. Nous félicitons l'artiste qui a pris cette photo. The nous félicitons l'artiste is the main clause. A pris cette photo is the dependent clause. Okay. This is very easy and clear now, right? It joins two parts of a sentence to create a complex sentence. So there are few of them, few relative pronouns which we are going to study. We're going to study qui, we're going to study que, we're going to study dont, we're going to study où, we're going to study lequel, stuff like that. So let's start with qui. Qui may refer to people or things, and it may mean who, whom, which, what, and that. But don't worry about this. Like, don't try to remember qui with what does it mean as a relative pronoun. Okay, the meaning will be obvious. One thing that you have to remember, or one thing that goes about qui as a relative pronoun, is after relative pronoun, it is followed by a verb. Okay, it is followed by a verb. That means effectively, qui acts as a subject because it is then followed by a verb. For example, j'écoute la personne qui parle. Who is speaking? So what's the subject here? Actually, subject is now qui. Qui is acting as a subject, right? J'écoute la personne qui parle. That is the reason why when you use qui as a relative pronoun, it is often followed by verb. There won't be like something like qui je parle. Il aime les histoires qui finissent bien. He likes the stories which end well, or that end well. Okay. Again, it could mean which, it could mean that. It doesn't matter. That's what I'm saying. Don't try to remember qui with their meaning. Instinctively, I said, he likes the stories which finish well. And you could also say he likes stories that end well. Okay, so same thing. Again, qui followed by verb. Elle remercie la cousine qui l'a invité. Why is there la? Is it a subject here?
No, it's not a subject. It's a pronoun, direct pronoun. Indirect.
अरे कौन है ये दूसरा indirect वाला कौन आ गया entry? Try to remember verbs like this. Inviter quelqu'un à quelque chose. यहाँ पे quelque chose है या क्या है?
This is quelqu'un, direct object pronoun.
Right. All right. Moving on. So it's a direct object. One more hint is, if you see Mamta, the past participle has this extra right?
Okay.
And,
yeah.
And it is agreeing with the direct object pronoun which is coming before the auxiliary verb avoir. Correct?
Yeah.
So that was direct object. Nous félicitons l'artiste qui a pris cette photo. Here, qui is the subject. Past participle remains the same. It doesn't match anything here. Okay? Here it was changing because we had a direct object pronoun. We have a situation like this, right? What we do is we make it kill. Or when we have a situation like this, ko followed by L, what we do is kill. Okay? But that doesn't work with qui. So you cannot do something like qui followed by L, you don't drop the I and put apostrophe. It remains as it is. Okay? I of qui is never dropped in front of a vowel sound. Okay? For example, qui a pris. So even though there's a vowel, I will never be dropped. You will pronounce it. Qui a pris. C'est moi qui lui ai vendu. Okay. So here qui is referring to moi. Right. Accordingly, we will use the auxiliary verb conjugation. What are we saying? Moi. C'est moi qui lui est vendu. So we are using a. So this conjugation is matching the subject that qui is referring to. C'est toi qui est responsable. So here S is matching with the subject toi, which qui is acting as a subject, but it refers to toi, right? Which is second person singular. That's why a es and not est. C'est vous qui avez restauré cette chaise. C'est vous. That's why avez restauré. Okay, this is very logical, so you don't have to remember it even. It becomes second nature. Okay, c'est vous qui êtes la propriétaire. So why are we using the verb conjugation être here?
Yeah. Because we're talking about vous, vous êtes.
Yeah.
Like
so qui is the subject, but it is actually referring to vous. That's why it is matching that conjugation. C'est moi qui suis en charge de l'exposition.
C'est nous qui avons les documents d'autant.
It's us who have the documents.